Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Manor Lords. Back at it again in our first playthrough here, in a little bit of cinematic mode, so you guys can see the nice detail they put into this game. It really does look fantastic, but let's go ahead and come out of this and recap briefly what we did last time. Spent a lot of effort doing some mining and some other stuff, get a little bit of industrialization going, expand the town just a touch, and set ourselves on a path to upgrading into the next category of city here. Currently we're in medium village, next up is large. If we get 3 more houses to a level 2 burgage plot, then we will get there with no issues. We did have a live stream earlier this weekend, and by this weekend I mean today is currently Sunday as I'm recording this, but yesterday, being Saturday, we had a nice long live stream where I started a new settlement and learned a whole bunch more stuff about the game. So we're going to be in a really good, advantageous position compared to the end of episode 2 that went up on Saturday. So we've got all sorts of cool stuff to get to. Let's go ahead and jump right on in and briefly discuss some of the strategy that I think we're going to be getting into. So let's go ahead and hit pause. It is March right now, spring year 4. We zoom out here. We have the entire map pretty much unclaimed. And that's going to become something we're going to want to focus on as we move forward here. We have not had any rivals try to claim territories. We haven't tried to claim territories either because we have to have influence or King's Favor. We don't have King's Favor, we don't have any influence, so we have to get some of that. And it turns out the easiest way to do that is by fighting bandits. But somehow this playthrough I've managed to completely disable those. So we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to go about influence another way. And there are a few other ways to get to it. So just to spend a little bit more time talking about this. If you go into construction and then up to administration, we have the manor right here. And if we have 15 more, I think that's clay, we can construct a manor, which is actually, I guess, the beginning of a castle kind of complex. We would just have to find a good place to put that and then figure out where to go from there. But we're a medium village. And it says that the requirement is small village. I saw that lock the first time, and I said, you know what, that means I probably can't do it, but I guess I just don't know how to read or whatever, because I've always basically been able to do it as soon as I had the small village status. So we're going to be getting into that. This is stone. We do need clay, and clay is all the way over here, and we only have 80 of it. This is not a rich deposit. If we want to have more clay, we have to go into this region or this region, and this one has a rich clay deposit. So this might actually end up being the next one we want to try and get into, because this one has rich berries, this one has rich clay, this one has rich iron. There's all sorts of different stuff, and it seems to be kind of randomized every time you load up the new map here. But well, yeah, we're going to want to get into that sooner rather than later, because one of the things we can do is we can actually farm influence with the tithe process going into the church, and also through taxes and all sorts of other stuff like that. We also have trading post we need to be doing maybe a little bit more with. We have these automated plank exports that are giving us a little bit of regional wealth, but we're going to need a whole lot more if we're going to be able to actually accomplish anything. So you take a look at the rest of this stuff, and we can trade for pretty much any of these food ingredients or materials or whatever. But right now we're pretty much only doing the planks. Once we start doing different types of weapons, then of course we're going to want to import-export those. And establishing trade routes for these is very expensive. So that's why the live stream playthrough I did, I got trade logistics, which caps the cost of establishing a new trade route at 25 regional wealth. And then we also got the better deals one. So we are kind of a trade powerhouse over there. The problem now that we're going to get into is we have the trapping one here, because we have a good wild, or I thought we had a good wild animal deposit we wanted to mess with. And this one does advanced skinning, this one does pelt extractions, etc. And then we also did heavy plow, but what ended up happening is I ended up misinterpreting how this whole thing worked. And I didn't grasp the concept that each region is supposed to specialize, so I ended up doing 2 at once. That's going to be a little challenging. But at least this region's good at farming, so it did make sense to get the heavy plow. And then we can also do fertilization and bakeries, or we can go ahead and do orchards and stuff. Because this, if we zoom out, go into build mode, take a look at our fertility. This is a fantastic region for growing stuff. Well, most things. So, yeah, we really want to make sure that we can take good advantage of that and then go into these other ones. There is not a lot of fertility in this other one right here. So this would be a good one to do maybe for making clay roof tiles or something else, or hunting, so on and so forth. Oh, it's the berries that have the rich deposit. Yeah, so these are the things that happen when you kind of jump blind into a game. You don't really know anything. You make a lot of mistakes early on, and it ends up not being that good of a playthrough. But we're learning, and that's what matters. So we'll go ahead and unpause, and we're going to go ahead and try to get to Large Village, upgrade as many of these housing plots as we possibly can. Another thing to discuss, I had these guys do vegetable gardens, but it turns out that's based on plot size. That's another thing we learned in the live stream, in the comments you guys have been leaving. You don't want a small burgage plot to be assigned to vegetables because they can't grow very much. But putting them on chickens or goats is perfectly fine because those aren't tied to plot size. It's vegetables, and then the orchards are tied to plot size. So, don't necessarily have to change this one, but I think we're going to. Because this is vegetables. This is not going to work. We're going to have a bigger plot for them. Fortunately, I can make these guys do a brewery right here. Because we're going to get malt as soon as we have barley actually grown and harvested. It's currently being plowed very, very slowly. We have all these extra families, so since it's March, I'm going to send them, well, most of them, into the farmhouse so we can finish plowing. We've got our Lorentz here, the ox, plowing kind of until the handler leaves to go, I guess, do whatever. But we want this farm to get taken care of, and then we can go back in and do all sorts of other fun stuff as well. So yeah, that's basically the gist of that. We want to upgrade all these. This is ready to go to level 2, so we're going to do that. Ready to go to level 2. Ready to go to level 2. And this one also has the ability to expand living space. So if we're going to have artisans here, as in one of these 8 that we can select, then that's going to give them more people doing the work. So theoretically, that should be faster. I don't know if that's actually true, but go ahead and upgrade that to level 2 as well. So these 3 getting upgraded is going to give us our 5 level 2 plots in theory, once everything's all good to go. Yeah, these 3 are taken care of. Oh, this one was already level 2. Okay. Well, that's fine. And in fact, we have so many... Yeah, we have so many timbers we can actually do a bunch of these at once we have everybody back into the builders. Because one of the requirements to get to the one after that is to have, I think, 10 level 2 houses. And then a couple level 3s. So, you know, you can't get to certain spots unless you get everything else done before anyway. So that's fine. Now, another thing, since we have, right now, kind of a limited population, saw a good comment saying that we could have the staff rotate between hunting camps and the, where's the berries? I can't remember exactly where they are. Forager hut right here. We could have them in the spring and the summer, work in the forager's hut, and then fall and winter work in the hunting camp. We aren't super low on the family. We don't have a lot, but we're also not super low based on what we're actually producing right now, so I don't think we really need to do that. But that does seem like a good, very early game strategy we might want to think about in the future as we go into other playthroughs. But for right now, let's go ahead, give these guys a little bit of a chance to plow this, speed things up just a touch, and get up to that next settlement level. We also have, it looks like, empty work areas for the logging camps. So that's something we're going to have to work with as well, because we don't want to cut the trees down around the berry deposits or the wild animals. So we want to have the logging camp have a special area to draw from, and I'm going to do right here. We can always make this bigger, smaller, change it around or whatever, but it ends up being just fine. Yeah, and there we go. Now we have that extra development point, and we're at the next level. So we need, oh, I'm sorry, it was 7 level 2s and then 3 level 3s. Well, it's not going to take us that long to get there, honestly, because while we haven't really done a ton of stuff, we've saved up resources, and that's going to make it possible for us to continue to upgrade with a pretty good amount of expedience here. So we'll just do these 2 extra to level 2, and then we'll have to do additional ones to level 2 when we get there, but that's going to take a little bit of time, because these guys will want to be level 3s, and to get there we have to have roofing tiles, which we are not making, and we also have to fulfill all of these needs, the tavern being one of them. And that's going to have to be supplied with malt, which has to be done in a specific building when we harvest the barley at the end of this year. So don't worry, we're not going to be rushing through this at all. Now the church also has to be upgraded. We have to have more variety in the food and more variety in the clothing stall supplies. We're probably going to have somebody making shoes here. So if we take a look at all of these other things, the cobbler's workshop we can actually make right now. The brewery extension is not going to be usable yet because we don't have malt. And this thing keeps closing this and it's very annoying, but I'm going to go ahead and make these guys a cobbler's workshop. And there we go there. These guys, level 2, having a chicken coop is probably okay. But as we get closer and closer to having to actually do combat for the sake of acquiring or keeping territories, just because we don't have raiders doesn't mean we're not going to have to fight. We're going to have all sorts of other stuff right here. The tailor's workshop, we can't make anything clothing-wise yet because we don't have the right supply chains. Bakery extension has to be unlocked. The blacksmith workshop makes a bunch of weapons, tools, spears, sidearms, etc. Bowyer's workshop, I don't know why it says this, and then it calls the building a Fletcher. Spoiler alert for the live stream, I guess, if you haven't watched that, but that's fine. The joiner's workshop makes shields and wooden parts, and then we already talked about this. And we can, I don't know what with that, but we got stuff to think about, different stuff to do, and that's perfectly fine. We just have to actually, you know, get some stuff going here. So we have the tannery here. Yes, I see the comments saying, hey, this is going to smell really bad. But guess what? The smell mechanic is not a thing yet, so we don't need to worry about it. Future playthroughs, yes, don't do this, but for right now, I think we're going to be just fine. And we need to have a tavern, so that's one of the things I was going to place in this general kind of main town area, kind of. Going to figure out exactly where that might make sense to place. But we also don't have any ale yet, so it doesn't really matter. We could import it if we really wanted to speed things up. But I do like the idea of kind of making our own stuff. I know we're not going to be able to support a tavern for a huge town on one field of barley every, well, 2 out of every 3 years, the way we have the rotation currently set up. But we do need to make this at some point. Other than that, the church needs to be upgraded, which requires stone and roof tiles, neither of which we are currently getting. Well, okay, the stone deposit, we do have a stonecutter's camp, but we have nobody there. And that seems to be something we want to take care of. Sewing is done here. Sewing is done here. So we can take the extra families out of the farmhouse. Just leave the one. We have 62 grain that needs to be milled. So we'll put a family there. And then we have that communal oven, which is right here. We do have a family there, but they have no flour to turn into bread. So eventually they'll have that taken care of, and things will be looking a whole lot better. Market's looking pretty good. It's relatively centrally located, maybe not for these guys. So we might need to have another market over here at some point as well as we keep moving. But again, for right now, stuff is looking fine. Supplies are looking good. Fuel's looking great. Food's looking good. And this is all of our surplus goods, so we have a lot of extra planks. We should be doing any kind of upgrades to planks that we can. And in fact, this is probably why, because we have our desired surplus set so high. I'm not going to lower this yet, because we are going to really have to have a whole lot of planks to be able to construct things when we make all these workshops. The Fletchers are going to have a bunch of planks to make war bows, and then the Joiner's Workshop is going to have those to make shields as well. So if we take a look at all of our military stuff, we have none. And I think there's a certain level at which we get I can't remember what it is, but I think we get a little bit of weaponry when we get to a certain point. But we are, at some point, going to need to get into this. And I think what we're going to want to do before we get too far, because remember, this stone deposit, once it's mined, is going to go away. The iron deposit, once it's mined, is not going to go away, but it's going to be useless. So if we try to turn this area right here into maybe our manor, maybe relocate the church up here as well, make that part of it, we're going to be in a pretty good strategic location for the center of our little region here. So just refresh my mind about what actually needs to be here. Yeah, okay, it's the 15 clay. And we're way over here. Let's make a little bit of a road through the forest here. See if there's any kind of a yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I did this in the live stream playthrough, and I think it's a smart idea to just make a road around this area of influence that we don't want to disturb for the wild animals. Just so we're not tempted. And I know this does include the berry deposit as well, but the animals specifically, very annoying if you don't have all of that still. Okay, production focus. Artisan workshops can sometimes produce multiple types of goods. Yep, you got to select, as we learned in the live stream. We'll get to that when we start actually using those things. But this road right here, I'm going to go ahead and connect. So that's kind of like a little ring road, I guess you could say. And then we could also, around the outside here, just kind of make a nice little road connecting to that. So now we have kind of a, it's not really a direct path, but it's definitely more direct than right here. Then we'll need to come in with our gathering. Maybe it's under mining? Yeah, it's under mining. Stonecutter camp, and then the mining pit gets iron ore, and it gets clay. So we're going to, yeah, just pop this right there. It's going to uproot 14 trees, but that's fine. Trees in this game, excuse me, grow incredibly quickly. Kind of unbelievably so. But hey, that's fine. That makes it that much easier to actually accomplish things. So that is A-okay. We've got generic storage complaints here. Storehouse doesn't have anybody working in it currently. So I will put one family here in the storehouse. Smithy, bloomery, and the mining pit all over here. Farmhouse, malt house. Oh, so we actually did already have a malt house. I was about to build another one. I'm glad I didn't. I would have got roasted by you guys for doing that. But yeah, once we have the barley, we'll be able to get out of here. We'll be able to take care of that. We don't know what our yield is going to be because it's still very early in the season, but this is a decent sized field. We should have a little bit, and if not, we can always augment our supply with the help of the trading post. Alright, we also have some livestock. We're going to need to get more. So we'll need to upgrade. We have a hitching post. I actually don't remember where the other hitching post is, but we have a permanent one at the farmhouse for the benefit of, you know, plowing and all that other stuff. But I don't remember. This is a small stable. Yep, that's good. So maybe it's just treating this livestock trading post as a separate thing. Well, regardless, we're going to have another hitching post. We're going to want to have a few of these around the town, depending on where we have stuff situated. So I'm going to place one right here. We can upgrade that to a stable as well. And then don't forget, I'm going to want to build our manor up here. So we'll take our sweet time getting all that stuff taken care of. Let's fast forward, see if we can get this mining pit constructed. It's going to take a while because we have to have the logs dragged up there. And the wild animal, we probably need to talk about that too. The hunting camp, there is a hunting limit. I have it set at 10 currently. I'm going to raise it to 15 because this is a regular deposit. It only has 20. And obviously the more you have, the more they're going to be able to reproduce and make more, replenish faster, etc. Plus we have the perk that gets us the passive meat, which is the trapping. So we don't need to kill necessarily quite as much. So lowering this is going to make it a whole lot easier for us to keep up and for that to replenish. And sustainability is good. when you have only a little bit to work with right here. No, I doubt we have anything even coming in here yet at all. But I do kind of want to see when this ends up getting built. We haven't seen anything come in yet. But it is kind of fun to look at when stuff gets constructed. 100% approval ratings looking very good. Again, we have to have level 3 houses, but we're not going to be able to do any of that until we have ale, at the very least. The other things are simple enough to do, but the ale is going to take a little bit of time unless we want to import it. We don't have a ton of money. Well, relatively speaking, for where we are in the game, we have a lot, but grand scheme of things, that's really not that much. I'm just wondering if we're going to see anybody start developing over here. Figured it would have happened by now. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because we don't have any of the... They already built this? When did they build that? Alright, well, I guess we'll send a family over here to start getting some clay. And then once we have enough, we can build our manor, and I'm going to put it right here, like I said. Trading post income, good to see that coming in slowly. One little piece at a time. We've got lots of leather. So we want to be able to make shoes. The cobbler shop should be making shoes. Yeah. And there should be a shoe stall. Maybe it's under clothing. Yeah, this one's selling clothing. This one has shoes. This one has nothing. So I don't know what that's about. But we've got shoes. And that fulfills that. We just need to upgrade the church and have an operating tavern. Then we can upgrade a bunch of these plots to level 3. We currently have 8. If 3 of them have to be level 3, then we're going to have 10 to fulfill all the requirements for small town at once. So these are upgraded. These are all upgraded. And I think we should do these as well. But now we don't have the timber because we're turning all of our wood into planks. Let's come out of super speed real quick. Gonna have to move... There it is. Gonna have to move the logging camp work area again. I'm gonna pop it here, and I'm gonna make it just a touch bigger. Make sure that we're not infringing. This is another good use for the road, so you can line up your logging correctly. And make this a little bigger. And I'm just going to include this entire bit right there. We also have the forester's hut. We can tell it to work in a specific area as well. I'm going to make that a little bit closer to here, because we do want to build right here where our manor is going to go. So that's looking fine. Forger's hut we don't have to worry about. Woodcutter's Lodge, I can't remember if we have a work area, so I'm just going to redo that real quick over right about here. That should be fine. Now it said the Woodcutter's Lodge was disconnected from the road network, and it absolutely is. We want to make sure all this stuff's connected so we can actually, make use of all of our stuff here. So that's good to take care of that. And then just right around the corner here, do the same thing. And I don't think there's anything else going on over here except our circle. And yep, that's correct. Alright. So we take a look at our, see, is it crafting materials is going to show up as clay? Yes, we have 14 clay. Slowly ticking up. We need 15. And then we need the 5 logs, and that hopefully is going to end up being a little bit of a faster process here. We also need to start expanding a little more in the way of getting some larger burgage plots. This one right here has the expandable living space. It does take timber, which I kind of want to save for right now. So let's go up to our saw pit. I'm actually going to pause that, and I'm going to have the construction reserve for this before they start doing anything set to 8. So they're not going to saw us out of house and home with all this timber. So we're going to be a little bit lacking in the production of the planks for right now, but it's going to work out. It's going to be a big improvement once we have everything else able to be taken care of. Do I seriously still not have... Okay. Okay, I have 15 clay. Oh, you know what? It wasn't clay. It wasn't clay that I needed for this, but it won't tell me. It just has a picture. What in the world is that 15? Because I had it. I had it in the other in the live stream playthrough. I just cannot remember what it is. Please tell me with a word and not a picture. I know nobody is paying attention to this, but that's fine. Because it doesn't even look like anything that I'm making up here. Well, we needed the clay anyway, so I can't really be that upset about it. That's fine. We can start making industry. We can make these roofing tiles, which we need to make anyway. So what is this 5? This 5 thing. It says I can't... Because I can't build it because I don't have enough stuff. Oh, that's stone. Why is it red? Oh, that's bad. No. No, 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 no. Bad UI design. I couldn't tell what it was. Because it's a different color. Don't do that. Alright. Let's put a family in the stonecutters camp. Kind of makes me feel like an idiot for thinking it was clay because it was the same color as clay, but it wasn't the same shape. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. But that was very, very much not immediately apparent to me. Timber slowly, slowly, slowly increasing. Probably going to take a while. What's our growth looking like? About 33%. It says the yield's only going to be 21. That's pretty low. 18 is even worse. So, I guess we got to think about that. Well, let's speed things up a little bit because I can't do anything until I have timber and stone. Of course, it was stone. There we go. Now I got 1. Okay, this will be fine. As soon as we get this, we can start having a lot of fun stuff here. Why is it tinted red? That makes no sense. Now I have 24. Okay, so there we go. Now that I have it, it actually is the correct color. But, take this down to normal speed. Because when we do this, we're going to have the ability... I like the idea of it being kind of at the top of a hill, too, which is why I wanted to put it here. But once we put this here, we're going to have the option to put other buildings and have castle planning. Now, I'm not going to do walls yet because I've been told there's a glitch with that could cause problems with the game. I have to update to the non-content creator version first, which we'll do at some point soon. But we can do towers, we can do garrison towers, we can do tax office, which you better believe we're going to do a tax office. We can just kind of put all this in this general area right there, and then this is going to be the influence of the castle area. But here's what it says. You can edit the layout of the castle and plan the construction of new wings and towers. When you press commit, the old layout will disappear and the new one will be constructed. For now, the cost is also fixed. Cool. And then we have all sorts of other controls here. Again, not going to mess with the walls quite yet. But while you're in this mode, you can click and drag. Come on. Don't make me look like an idiot. There we go. You can click and drag all the different elements into different spots, and then once you actually, commit, then it charges you for the materials. But we can also, while we're in this mode, place roads. And that's going to be really nice to have access to that. So I'm going to have this road come up here. Ah, I can't place him across the boundary, or can I? Oh, no, I can't. I just had it in the wrong spot. Okay. That's fine. So I will just have this come in like so. There's no door on the tax office, but I did want it to come through this whole thing here. And I think, do I want to have the road come all the way down here? I might, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Just build a road there. And then eventually once we have walls, that'll be taken care of. But let's commit to that. They'll build this. And then we'll be able to levy taxes and take tithes for the church, which we also might want to move up here. Not strictly speaking necessary, but we'll see. I love these little branch roads right here. It reminds me of a freeway interchange. In medieval times with the dirt roads. But you get what we're going for here. So these guys making shoes. You'll notice they have this huge armaments thing. We haven't gotten to any of that yet, but we will soon. Just got to get level 3 burgage plots. The church needs to be upgraded. We haven't started making the roof tiles yet. Therefore, we can't really upgrade this, but we will very soon. and I was trying to find a place to put the, what was the building? The clay furnace. That's right, because it has to have timber. I don't know why it's not letting me... Okay, hold on, that's total goods stored. I need the surplus. Well, I guess we have to speed through this again to try and get some more logs in place. There we go. Now I can actually build one of these things. The clay furnace, we're going to want it to be in the general vicinity of where most of our people live. Just for the purposes of, you know, actually getting stuff done. So I figured it would make sense to go ahead and put in somewhere around here. Maybe I want to rotate this. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to let me rotate the way I want to. And yeah, it's going to be fine right there. But that's going to make clay tiles for the roofing and stuff, and then we can export those, and that was actually a very lucrative thing in my livestream playthrough. They'll pay 8. We have to pay 96 to establish a trade route, which we probably aren't going to do, but we will need these for more things later, so that's fine. Look at us, look at us. We got 17 months of food and 15 months of fuel. That means we can support a lot more families than we currently have, which also means we can have more burgage plots. And that's what it's all about, right? We've got these manor things going on here. Let's go ahead and build a couple more burgage plots. We have all of this space. So why don't I, for right now... I don't have enough plot space with my my timber here. Alright, that's the eternal problem. So the logging camp, I wish it would show you the outline of where you've already indicated they should be cutting, because I don't remember where it was. It just doesn't seem to be doing... Oh, there's nobody in the forester set. That's probably got something to do with it. Well, I guess we just have to wait. Stuff takes a long time. Gotta have timber to get more families in here so we can get more stuff going. Now, in fairness, they are using all the timber to build the manor, which is necessary. We just have to allocate our resources a tiny bit better. Once this is done, we're gonna be sitting pretty nice here, farming influence with church tithes and all that other fun stuff. Because if we want to expand into other regions, that's what we're gonna have to do, because we don't have any raiders to kill. Yep, so now we're just waiting on stone and planks. Neither of those should be problems. We just have to get people to bring them in here. We just have the one family working construction right now because we don't have any more burgage plots that are unoccupied. Yeah, so that's gonna be a whole thing. So hopefully we can have more logs in the logging camp here. These do seem to be excess now, so I think I can get away with building a couple more burgage plots. Remember, this is our manor here, so on the back side of this we'll not have space for a ton. But I do want to put a house here, maybe not all the way out there, but I'll put one there, and then I'm actually going to, yeah, I'm going to make this a larger one. Well, we can have these guys doing vegetables. And then, of course, there's space down here as well. Let's actually check the fertility where I commit to putting... okay, so that's... Alright, well, so this whole thing is pretty much infinitely fertile anyway, so... We'll just commit to this. Like, look at this. Look at this right here. I can put 6 burgage plots if I really wanted to. If I do 3, all of them can be double occupancy, I guess. But I think, for the sake of actually, you know, growing our population so we can support armies and stuff, I'm going to need to have these dense ones. So we'll do that. And then we can have a couple smaller, or not smaller, larger ones at some point in the future. Yep, so here comes the manor as soon as they get all the materials. It looks like they're just about there. And we got to do something about our stocks being outside. We'll get there eventually. Maybe. And there's our tax office. Again, I really love the individual beams and all the stuff placed one at a time. It's a great, great way to make this look authentic. Alright, so now it's September. You come out of turbo speed. We can levy taxes. Click on the taxes tab after selecting the manner to set levels of taxation. Taxes boost your treasury and influence at the cost of making your population poorer. But we all know how that works. So we have, in addition to all the stuff, we have some people living in here, and then we can levy different taxes. I'm going to start with 10% land tax, and we're going to say 10% tithe. That's going to directly contribute to influence. Once we have 1,000, remember, we can claim another territory, and then we're going to want to snap as many of those up as soon as we can. So that takes care of taxes right there. And then we also, at some point, will get a retinue. I do not remember when that is, but that was something we found out in the live stream. And then that's basically, I guess, a royal guard equivalent type of thing, even though we're not royalty. You can customize their outfits. It's actually pretty cool. But those are, I guess, like battlefield officers, if you will, when you have your army going around, or your militia, to be specific here. Where's our clay? Yeah, see, the clay deposit's already almost completely gone. That's how well this is going. Now, where did I put my... Yeah, clay furnace is right here. I don't have any families working here because I don't have any extra families yet. So we're just kind of hoarding the clay. We got burgage plots getting built. It's going to take some time to get that done. But it's September, which means it's also harvest time. And it looks like we're going to get a yield of 42 from our barley and 42 from our wheat, which is very, very good indeed. So the malt house, you eventually will be able to turn that, the barley into, what is that called? Malt. There we go. And then that can go to the tavern once we, actually build one. And then once we have the tavern, then we can upgrade everybody. I don't know that I'm going to be able to put this here. It's probably going to need to go... I guess I could put it in the middle of town. Maybe right about here, if I have space. Yeah, see, that's the problem with how I ended up designing, or I guess really not designing, how this is supposed to work. I suppose for the betterment of our people, we should put it in a place that's actually going to be accessible. So right there it is. Hitching post now has space to get oxen. It's 20 coins to order through here. But if I go through the livestock trading post, which currently has a family in it, we should use that. Oh, it's the same price. Why did I think that would be different? Oh, okay, it's because in the live stream playthrough that I was doing yesterday, as of recording this, I had the better deals turned on. Oh, well. That's the way it goes. We can also get, sheep. And we can have yarn and all that fun stuff, but we don't nearly have enough families for that quite yet. Yeah, so we've got plenty to think about here. I just got to get our stuff harvested. And it's going to take them a little bit of time, but they'll get it done. Right now, we need to get these burgage plots up and running, and it looks like they're doing these first. So let's do a little bit of fast forward through this. Get these guys in here working. Get some more families in place, because our approval rating is high enough to get 2 per month. 2 new families per month. We can also enact policies if we decide to do so. We'll take a look at that in a minute here, but I do want to watch them build some stuff. That's always fun. Once these are all done, then we'll probably invest some money into getting people to keep chickens or goats, so we can get hides and eggs, respectively. But now we have all this extra space, and we should get families moving in before too long. So right here, we haven't assigned anybody here. The brewery extension doesn't actually do anything for us at this exact moment in time, because the tavern is supposed to make the ale also. But if you want more ale to keep people satiated, then you can do this. There we go. It looks like most of our... Actually, all of them but one have finished. Now the tavern should be next, I think. Let's check our clay deposit. Still says 13, so there's a little bit of life left in that one. September, we've harvested 40% of that field and 60% of that field. Most of that should be in the farmhouse. Yes. So now we have barley. We have an extra family. Let's pop them in this malt house. And they'll make the malt. And then hopefully the tavern gets built sooner rather than later. And we'll be able to upgrade some of these people. And now that this is all taken care of, a lot of these houses are able to be upgraded again, and we're going to have to decide who we want to upgrade. And if we want it to be closer to the manor or further away. I think for our purposes, I'm going to want to upgrade the ones closest to the manor. I'll do those two. And then this burgage plot is still under construction. So I guess that'll be the last one. And then we just have to decide which ones we're going to be upgraded to level 3, which, since we only need 3, I'm kind of tempted to just do these right here. These guys haven't been told what to do yet. It doesn't really matter, because these are the only options we're ever going to have, at least as far as I can tell. But we're going to want to make sure that we have everybody else allocated effectively. These guys are making shoes. These guys are keeping chickens. These guys are keeping goats. These guys, we're going to want to probably do another chickens. Oh, they can have another auxiliary family. We'll need to do that. So on and so forth. But we don't want all the level 2s to be keeping chickens and cows and goats. Because, of course, level 2 and 3 are the only ones that can actually do the specialized stuff. We really should be having these guys, these level 1s that we're probably not going to upgrade, at least not right away, do the chickens and the goats. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. Is I'll do first of all check how many hides we have. We don't have a lot of hides. Let's do another couple goats, because we have the cash here. And then we'll do some more chickens. Food wise, yeah, we could still stand to have more eggs. Then we really need to do some that are going to be vegetables. But all that takes time. This guy right here needs to be vegetables, because that's the larger plot. So we've made a bunch of huge upgrades. These guys, for some reason, this one still isn't done. So we need to, I guess, encourage them to finish that. It shouldn't take too long. But yeah, see, now we're starting to get a bunch more families. We should be in a pretty good spot here in just a moment. There we go. This one's all done. And we're going to want to upgrade this to level 2 just as soon as we have enough logs. And we got 3 excess. I need 4. So just need 1 more. There we go. I think I can just click on this again. Yep. Upgrade level 2. That'll take a little bit of time. The tavern, thankfully, is under construction as well. That's looking good. I think we have... Yep, we've got wheat and we've got grain. The windmill's doing windmill things. The malt house has made some malt. And then the tavern, as soon as that's done, we put a family in there, we'll be able to make ale. And then we can start upgrading to level 3. Now, this still says 13. Okay, that's fine. Bunch of people complaining about generic storage being full. So let's take a look at our storehouse here. It has a family here. It's actually completely full. We would need to upgrade this with a bunch of logs that we don't currently have. But when we do, we'll upgrade this, because this one has a pretty nice amount of stuff in it. Got 47 iron slabs, 46 tools. The smithy has been turned off for quite some time. That's fine. The bloomery has been turned off for quite some time. That's also fine. We don't really need to use the iron that much quite yet. We're going to get to that point soon, though. Alright, tavern. Let's get a family in there. Take this out of turbo speed. Because they're going to be able to make ale, and as soon as we have that ale, we're going to get these guys upgraded. They need the tavern supply, and then, oh, we need to upgrade the church, too. Which we can't do until we have 5 logs. Yep. I love that the colors change like this. It's just, it looks so good. It is just such a nice looking game. In fact, you know what? Let's take a moment to appreciate this. Let's pause here. Go into cinematic mode. I love the animations continue going after you pause. Just look at these fantastic colors, man. Wait, I didn't pause, actually, did I? Nope, okay, never mind. Oh, cinematic mode unpauses. Alright. And now somehow I opened another context window. Alright. Now I'm paused in cinematic mode. Okay. So I don't want the time to go by for these leaves to fall off. I just want to take a moment to appreciate this. Like, look at this. Look how good this looks, man. That is a thing of absolute beauty. In fact, I think this would be a good, I almost said album cover. Yeah, it would be a good, thumbnail for the video. So why don't we do that, actually? Zoom out. Please, come on. I have to keep the cursor in the window or it's not gonna play nice. This, friends, this looks so good. What a beautiful game. It honestly is. I'm in awe of how good this game looks. Take a screenshot there. I'll take a couple of these. It looks so good. So we got the manor itself here, even if it's not fully developed yet. It still is looking pretty spiffy. Maybe get a little bit closer here. A little bit slightly lower angle. Yeah, with the church in the center like that, that is very, very nice. Now, thanks for indulging me on the aesthetics of the game here. It looks so good. I'm so happy with this. It's worth the money alone just for how great it looks, but it also plays very well. Now, how's our tavern looking? They haven't actually started doing anything yet. Let's upgrade a large storehouse here. And of course, they're going to have to, actually take the time to build this. Man, what a great looking game. Windmills made flour. How's our communal oven? Yeah, we got some bread. Very, very nice. We have 52 in the food storage. That's good. Vegetables, we're going to catch up on eventually once we have enough burgage plots actually growing them. It just takes time. I know it's something we end up hearing a whole lot of. I need to get a clay furnace family in here. Let's put these guys in. Now how many, is this in months? I feel like I should know this, but we'll do 2 there. Because these guys need 10 clay tiles and then 5 logs to upgrade the church. And then I don't think, yeah, because the church and the tavern has to actually be steadily supplied here. Yeah, we'll go turbo mode real quick. Get them going a little bit sooner, faster here. Policies, also we haven't looked at. We have tier 1, we can do hunting grounds, or we can do strict fasting. I don't want to force people not to eat food. But this is 50% reduced yields from crops, but we get rich deposits on wild animals. We don't even have that in this province at all, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have any but I'm not gonna make people skip every 5th meal. That's insane. So we're not gonna worry about the policies. We have plenty of food. We don't need to make people skip meals. So we want to check and see what we have in terms of, if I can remember, construction. There we go. Roof tiles. We're not making any yet. The clay furnace is turning clay into roof tiles. Looks like we have 2. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a lot more timber than we currently have. The tavern has not stored any ale. We've got 15 malt in the malt house. I'm not really sure. Not really sure what the deal is with that. Why are they plowing the field in November? Why? Why are you? Why? No, don't do that. There's no reason for this. It's about to snow. They're plowing and sowing. How? Why is this this has to be a bug, right? It's November. Insane people don't even do this. Well, that's annoying. And also, why are the people in the tavern doing this? They should not be doing this. They live here. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I need to keep the timber for the church. Oh, we can upgrade. Alright, let's upgrade this. So I really like this level 2 church building. So I'm just gonna, you know, while they're rebuilding this, I'm just gonna park this right here so we can watch it. It is such a nice looking design. Of course, we're not going to see it actually come down quite yet. But they'll take their time to do it. We've got 4 families that can do construction, so hopefully it's not too fast. The large storehouse looking pretty majestic, actually. I can't... there we go. Now we have 2,500 storage. We'll go take a look at that building a little bit later. The tavern still has nothing there. I don't understand why they're not getting the malt. Unless the tavern doesn't make it and I actually do have to have one of these people specialize. If that's the case, let's I know I said I was going to do this. I should probably look at the actual function of this. I guess they don't make it. That's a little disappointing, but yeah, all right. Sure, we'll we'll make them do that. That's fine. And I guess I could take a look at this. Planks. We do need to start making shields. We need to make bows, and we need to make swords and all that other stuff. So I guess joiner's workshop here. And then this one as well could be... Yeah, I don't need to have 2 joiner's workshops. Well, not right off the bat at least. We'll do that. We'll do that. But since we're already over here, the large storehouse. Pretty cool looking building. Nice and tall. Everything else, bloomery is not needing to be bloomed here. Can I take these people off this? Oh yeah, 1 clay deposit? No. Bye-bye. It's over. Not going to worry about squeezing that last one out, at least not for right now. Clay furnace still has some clay to turn into roof tiles. We already have enough for the church. So now we can just come back here and enjoy the rest of the church deconstruction and construction. While we talk about what's going to be next for this one. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this playthrough, about Manor Lords in general. I really liked playing the live stream of this the other day. I feel like it might actually be better as a live stream game. At least when you get into the mid-game and you start doing battles and stuff. So let me know your thoughts if you would like to see more videos like this, or if you want to just switch more to live streams, etc., so on and so forth. But I love the I love like the unbuilding and then the rebuilding that happens all at the same time. It looks so cool. But I'm thinking if we do continue doing this as just videos, then I would like to do this one maybe twice a week. Thinking tentatively right now, maybe Monday and... Well, I still have a series on Friday currently. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, or whatever. But we're about to have a big shuffle in the schedule anyway because we have so much other stuff going on. The Iron Teeth playthrough is going to be coming to an end very soon. United Penguin Kingdom, don't know how much longer that's going to go on this current playthrough. Prison Architect is done for a while. I need to start a new Timberborn series with the Water Beavers. I just have to find the time to actually do that. So this, if you guys like these videos, I feel like this would be a good way to occupy 2 slots during the week. But, of course, if you don't want to see any more of this videos and you'd rather have it as live streams, we can do that too. It's all about what you guys want to see. But look at the church. That looks pretty cool. And you can employ people to hide dead body. I bury dead bodies, not hide them. But we don't need to worry about that quite yet. The tavern doesn't have any ale yet because, of course, the brewery is not currently producing enough. I do think it's kind of funny that the tavern supply thing is still a requirement for the brewery because we're brewing, but whatever. That's alright. Now, next year we're looking at this field being fallow, this field growing wheat, so we won't have any barley. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have a 3rd field, which we're going to have to set on the opposing rotation here. So let's check and see. Barley fertility actually isn't great here. So we want our other field to be... Yeah, we want it to be over here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yep, there we go. So this one's not really going to grow that much great barley in its second year thing, but this one will. I can't help but think maybe I should have put all the fields over here. In fact, you know what? This this field I think is going to go away. I think we'll just have this set up like so. Yeah, look at that. All right, so now this is the one that just grew barley, and now it's going to be wheat, and it's going to need rotation. So then this one can start as fallow maybe, and then it can grow wheat, and then it can grow barley. I'm not really concerned about flax. That'll go somewhere else. So this will be fallow, wheat, barley. We want to keep the same kind of cycle. Ah, barley and wheat. No, so this one can be barley next. And then it can be... wheat. And then this one can start out as wheat, and then it can be fallow, and then it can be barley. I think I did this right. I think I did it right. I don't know. This one now might actually be better for growing flax. If we say it's fallow, then we can do flax. Just do 2 years of flax. See if that works. We will have to assign more families to the farmhouse. Or just, you know, have the livestock do their thing. That's taken care of that way. I wanted to be able to upgrade these to level 3 by the end of this episode here. But I guess that's not necessarily going to be a thing. Oh! Oh, no it is. I just need planks. Okay. Okay, okay. Well, guess what? Sawpit's back on the menu, boys. Let's do that. First of all, we're going to stop production at the joiner's shop and the Fletcher's shop because they will absolutely suck you dry of resources here. We just want these to get upgraded. Upgrade to level 3, don't mind if I do. We're going to have to wait for more planks, but it should... -1. It shouldn't be that big of an ordeal. But getting these guys upgraded is going to be a very, very good thing. And then we'll finally be the small town. And then I think that might be when we get the retinue. It might be medium town? Not entirely sure, but I know it's somewhere soon. And then maybe we can start doing some fun stuff with the map. We haven't had any challengers come forth yet. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But the level 3 buildings, we haven't seen in this one, but the live stream one, we had a number of them, and they look really, really nice. Just want to make sure I can get this stuff queued up. Planks-wise, yep. Just waiting on planks. Now the tavern supply. Are we actually making... ale? I feel like we're not, but it says it's supplied. So I guess that's fine. I need them to do some planks with a quickness, I'll tell you what. Got 140 stone. That's going to last us a while. Tools will be fine. It's all about these planks, man. All about the planks. We're still at a negative, which is honestly kind of funny. That's the way she goes. Yeah, just look at the construction of the buildings, man. It is such a treat to watch these just get put together like this. Of course, now they're not going to finish it. There we go. Like, look how tall that is. It's like four or 5 stories. That's a big building. All right, now hurry up and finish this. Oh no, they're waiting on they're waiting on timber. Okay, that might actually take a while. I don't know how the planks are at -3 still. That's a little irritating. What's going on in the saw pit? Nothing stored. Because we kept I kept my construction reserve really high. Okay, I guess I can lower that for right now. That's fine, because this actually has to get done. Gotta have planks, gotta have timber, gotta be able to get stuff going. But yeah, so while we're waiting on them to take care of this, I guess we can go ahead and start the process of getting you guys out of here. As always, appreciate you being here. Always, always, always. Makes it so much fun to check out these new games and learn things, get some good and valuable input from people who either know more about the game than I do, or maybe have some good ideas even if they haven't played the game themselves. And it's been very helpful for learning Manor Lords, and of course all of you in the live stream earlier this weekend as well, with all of that valuable input. I really like this game. I don't know that the replayability necessarily is as high as something like Timberborn is, but I would like to continue doing videos or live streams with this one for a while. And I hope it continues to have success in public reception and people enjoying everything, so on and so forth, because it's so much fun. It's a great looking game. I want to get a couple more of these upgraded to level 3 so we can get up to the small town here. But the planks are proving to be a little bit of a challenge. Well, what we can go ahead and do to make that possible, first of all, click on the correct building here. I can assign a new area for them to draw from, so I might as well have them come down here for a little while. Get some more logs, because this sure is not cutting it. Coming up there, we let those grow back a little bit. Yep. Oh, and now there's no tavern supply because they don't have any malt. All right, so we're not going to get this upgraded this time. It's just not going to work. But it is March of year 5, so you know what? It's a good place to stop anyway. We'll go ahead and let next episode be next episode. But they're already plowing. That's fallow. That's wheat. We got the ox here. We got people hand plowing. Wow, they're actually already done with that. So maybe we don't need to worry about having extra families come in here. But since we have these 3 extras, I will go ahead and shove those guys down in here. And they'll get all that stuff taken care of. But man, this game's so much fun. I'm glad you're here. I'm thankful for you being here. Beard Boosters as well. All of your support genuinely does make it possible for me to keep doing this stuff even when I have engagement that's not the same as it was, because this isn't a game with beavers in it, or I don't upload a video every single day. It's that stable support that is truthfully one of the only reasons I can continue to invest as much time in doing this as I currently do. So I really appreciate you guys. And everyone else as well, even if you're not part of that. You mean a lot to me. I'm very glad we get to share these experiences together. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, I hope you have a fun and a safe time, and we'll see you back again soon for more Manor Lords and more beavers and more other stuff as well. That's it, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.